Mermaid coloring books are way bigger than most people realize. And what surprised me is not just that people search for them, it's how wide the audience is. Kids like them, adults like them, they work for ocean themes, fantasy themes, summer themes, princess themes, and even cute animal style mashups. So in this video, I'm going to show you why this top Amazon coloring book niche is easier than you think, because mermaids are one of those niches that sits in a very interesting position. They have strong demand, they appeal to multiple age groups, they can cross over into other popular categories like unicorns, fairies, ocean animals, princesses, and fantasy, and compared to some of the more crowded coloring book niches, there may still be angles where you can stand out if you approach it the right way. Now, this is where a lot of KDP publishers get stuck. They either pick niches nobody is searching for, or they pick niches that are so broad and competitive that their book disappears, and then they wonder why nothing ever happens. But the issue usually isn't effort, it's just direction. If you don't have a system, every book feels like starting over from scratch. You're searching for ideas, trying to write prompts, trying to figure out what age group to target, trying to decide whether the book should be cute, easy, detailed, seasonal, fantasy, or ocean themed. And that's why I wanted to make this video. So I'm gonna walk you through why this niche works, how you can think about it more strategically, and how to make the creation process so much easier. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now let's take a look at this niche. I did a search for a mermaid coloring book for girls, only because I wanted to give you guys a niche that wasn't way too competitive. And you can see right here, total results 1,110. So this is going to be a great niche to get into right after this video. And there's a ton of other sub niches that you could go after, but we see a niche score 57, niche score analysis, demand is a 6, opportunity is a 9. Now going through the first page, what I like to look for are at least 3 KDP books that have a good bestsellers rank or a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below. So we see with this book right here, publisher, it's not independently published, which means it's not a KDP book. It does have a very good ranking, so I do take note of that, but I'm really looking for those KDP books. Here's another one doing quite well with a 490 ranking. Once again, it is not a KDP book, but I do make note of that. Now this one right here, independently published, this has a book ranking of 1,706. A bestseller badge, and it's independently published. And if you look at the estimated royalties, over $15,000 per month. So this is one that I look at that shows me that there's in fact demand for this niche. Now I just want to triple down on that. And the next one right here, bestseller, not a KDP book. This one right here, independently published, almost $6,000 per month. So this is another book that kind of verifies that there's demand. Here's another one, ranked 78,000, very, very low on the price, but it's still less than 300,000. So a couple dollars per month in royalties. This is another book showing demand, and another one right here. So this is book number 4, a couple $100. If we just move on down, here's another one, ranked 75,000. Another one right here, 192,000. And so you can see plenty of demand for this niche. Now, if we take a look at some examples, so this is that number 1 bestseller, Princess, Unicorn, Fairy, and Mermaid. This one's priced at $10.90. Typically, I see a price point of around $9.99. Now, this book is a square size, so that 8.5 by 8.5 inch size, which is very popular with the bold and easy type of coloring book. And these sell very, very well. When we look at the interior, you can see very basic type of interior, nothing too crazy, nothing too complicated. But obviously, if you don't have any experience, you don't know how to draw, this is going to be very hard to create by yourself. And some more pages of the interior here. Once again, very basic, but still sells very well, still very high performer, even though it's a very basic book. Here's another book to take a look at, Unicorn, Mermaid, and Princess. This is a coloring book for kids ages 4 to 8, priced at $9.99. So this one's a little bit of a different size, 8.5 by 11 inches, more of your typical coloring book size, 50 illustrations or 50 coloring pages, so totaling 104 pages. And when we take a look inside, very basic type of coloring book, nothing too crazy. Obviously, it is for kids, so you can't really go too crazy on the detail here, but this is definitely something that you can recreate using the help of some tools or some AI prompts. And as you can see here, nothing too crazy, but once again, a very high performer. Now, after seeing the research, the next question becomes, how do you actually create these books without spending hours starting from scratch? Because that's where AI can help. Not because AI is the secret. The real secret is the prompt. The quality of what you get out is heavily influenced by what you put in. That's why I've become more interested in prompt systems and tools. Instead of staring at a blank screen, trying to come up with page ideas one at a time, you can start with a structure and a repeatable process. You still want to review everything and add your own creative touch, but good prompts can eliminate a lot of the guesswork. So let me show you how I approach prompts for a niche like this and why they've become such a valuable tool for KDP publishers. Now for this tutorial, I do have some prompts here that we're going to try out. If you want access to these prompts, I'll leave a link to this down below. But I'm just going to show you how powerful AI prompts are in creating this type of coloring book. So this prompt list is actually pretty easy, might look complicated, but there are 20 category tabs here. You can see up here, there's a bunch of sections, and these are 20 categories that we can go through. Lots of different types there. But if we move back here, these are ready-made Mid-Journey or DALL-E prompts, but they can work with other AI like Adobe Firefly, Leonardo AI, Gemini, and also in this tutorial, I'm gonna try ChatGPT because that is actually one of my favorite AI tools to create coloring books. Now, all of this stuff we can go through later, but I wanna just get straight into the prompts. So I'm gonna look for a category here that I like, and let's just go with mermaid and sea creatures. Now, once inside this prompt tab, we're gonna see here on the left-hand side a scene description. This is just for me to see what kind of scene this is. So mermaid riding on the back of a giant friendly octopus through the sea. And then the next one right here is a ready copy and paste prompt. Now this one is for Mid-Journey, I believe, because it has this coding or this style right here at the end. However, I believe if you try this on other AI prompts, it would still probably work. There's this one right here, the more basic one right here. Basically the same thing as this, but just a little bit easier for other AI tools or software to actually use. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and try these ones. So let's try the first couple ones here and see how they look like. This is very easy, just go ahead and copy this. I'm gonna use Gemini for this tutorial. So just paste it in here and just hit enter. Now here it is, looks pretty good. If we do a close-up of it, we can see there's the mermaid, the octopus, very similar type of vibe to the books that we were looking at. Very simple and really nothing to complain about. I mean, this looks pretty good to me. So I did actually also try it on ChatGPT just to see what it looks like. And so same exact prompt right there. And there's the output. And if we take a better look here, as you can see, ChatGPT also does very well. Now, the one thing that I will say is that Gemini has a little bit better line construction, a little bit thicker, a little bit stronger, but I think the overall style, I kind of like ChatGPT's a little bit better. So the next one is this prompt right here, mermaid braiding the tentacles of a small octopus as a hairstyle. And you can look at the detail right here. This is what tells Gemini and AI how we want these images to be produced. So black and white line drawing, clean minimalist design, no shading, no gray areas, only pure black outlines on white background. We want 8.5 by 11 inches, 300 DPI. Now, even though we write 300 DPI, it doesn't mean that it's going to give us 300 DPI. We still want to do that on the back end, and you can easily do that with programs out there for free. Here, high quality, printable, professional coloring book illustration, perfect for printing on standard paper. Once again, looks very good. I like the line construction here, how uniform it is. It looks like it's getting really close to something that looks like it was hand drawn. Now, if we zip over to ChatGPT, I did the exact same thing, and this is what it produced. Now, the style, I really do like ChatGPT's style a little bit more, but the line production here is not as strong as Gemini's. And so for that very reason, I would probably try to, with this prompt, if I'm not going to edit this, I would stick with Gemini. But if you know how to tweak prompts, you could probably fix these lines with ChatGPT. I do like the styling here a little bit more. So let's just run through it here. Mermaid and a glowing jellyfish dancing together at night underwater. This one's a little bit more complicated here. There's a lot more design. This one is not going to really be that great for kids if they're younger. Now, if you're teenagers or adults, this would work well. But once again, it does look very good. If we check out ChatGPT's version, this one's a little bit more basic, a little bit more simplistic, but the lines, once again, aren't as strong. But I do really like the look of this. If I could fix the lines, I think I would go with ChatGPT. Another one right here, mermaid carrying a family of tiny crabs on her shoulder. Once again, nothing to complain about. Looks very good. This is on the first try. I haven't tweaked these prompts at all. With ChatGPT, same prompt. Like I said, the style I think is a little bit better, or the theme is a little bit better. Now, if we check out the next one right here, mermaid and a giant whale exchanging songs across the deep ocean. There it is again. Keeps with the same style, just different theme. And I think it's really great for coloring books. Now you can use AI to really create a cohesive coloring book. Here is ChatGPT's version. Once again, I do like this look a lot more if the lines were just better constructed. And then the last one right here, mermaid playing fetch with a friendly seal using a glowing pearl. And there it is, looks very good. Now, if we go ahead and check out ChatGPT, as you can see, it's a little bit more better suited for kids. I think it's more simplistic, a little bit more basic. And overall, I do like the design here a little bit more. Now, depending on which AI you want to go with, it's all the same thing at this point. You want to save these images. So on ChatGPT, on Gemini, it's pretty easy. You can just right click, save the image on your computer. Same with Gemini. But Gemini, you can also click up here, kind of has a menu when you hover over the images. So just save all of your images. And then the next step is to just put them all together in a program like Canva. So here on Canva, I started putting this coloring book together. Now, typically the first page is going to look like this. It's going to be a book belongs to page. Now, depending on your style and the touches that you want to put on your book, you can turn this into a full-on coloring page as well and just add this mermaid coloring book belongs to section on this page, or you can leave it just like this. Now, I did create this into an outline, very easy to do under effects and outline right there. Now, typically, the next page is going to be a blank sort of page because of bleed through when coloring with markers or things like that that can bleed through this page. So I typically leave this blank. And then the next page is where you put one of your images. Now, I went with the ChatGPT images here. I'm just going to go ahead and enlarge it. So if I just make this a tad bit smaller here, and I'm just going to enlarge it, not all the way to the edges, kind of want a little bit of margin there because I don't want my book or my page to be cut off during printing. And I would just keep it something like that. And that looks pretty good. Now, typically the next page is going to be a blank page. However, if you want to add a little bit more value, a little bit more style and customization to your books, you can turn this into, for example, fun statistics or fun facts about ocean creatures or mermaids, which could look something like this. Now, I know this isn't full color, but you can go ahead and change these colors around. Now, where did I get this? Now, you can just go here under templates and you can do something like ocean facts and find something here that you like. See, it's right here, the one that I found. I just loaded onto my page. Now, you can keep it like this if you don't want to manually change the colors, because when you choose black and white within KDP, when you upload it, it's going to turn this into a grayscale. But if you want to change all the individual colors, you can do that with Canva. As you can see, I'm doing it right now. And then just change it, very easy to do. And this one as well. And then change the octopus's color. You can go edit right here. And under filters, we can find a black and white filter here like this, a little bit darker. And then there you go. This would be a great way to add value to your book. And then the next page right here would be your coloring page, and so on and so forth. And right here, I changed it up. Did you know? So right here, you can change this out, and I picked a image of a crab. And so you could just put a very simple crab did you know fact, which you can ask ChatGPT or Gemini to give you all of these information that you can just copy and paste into this. Just a great way to add value to your book. But this is kind of the process it is. Bleed through page and then image, bleed through page and image. And then I would say about 40 images at minimum. And once you have all of that constructed in a program like Canva, you can go ahead and save it, get it ready for KDP upload. You can share it here, hit download, download as a PDF print. You want to flatten the PDF, choose all pages, and then choose CMYK if you're paying for Canva Pro. This is the best version right here for professional printing. But if you don't have that, you can get away with RGB and then just hit download. So hopefully this gives you a better way to look at the mermaid coloring book niche. If you want to check out the mermaid prompts I showed in this video, I'll leave a link to them down below in the description. And if you want help learning the full Amazon KDP process step by step, I also put together my free KDP royalty roadmap. That guide will walk you through the entire process, and you can find it linked in the description as well. If this video helped you see what's possible, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.